Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Playing in the hardcore Legacy League as a solo self-found Deadeye and using Ice Shots. And today we're gonna run a Cavern. We will have 2 additional rogue exiles and monsters will poison on hit. And as always, I forget about the legacy mods. We get an extra invasion boss, we get ourselves an extra domination shrine, and we get a tormented ghost. That's just gonna hang around a little bit longer. Had to run a lot more factories than I would like to have run, but well, Cavern drops from factory, so you need to go there. You will discover a trial of ascendancy. I really don't like them. The endgame labyrinth, no, the 4th trial, those points they will enhance your damage quite a bit. So it's definitely worth taking it if you're really in for it for the long haul. Hello there, Ultima Thule. You are not in it for the long haul. Thing is now, with those trials you are always just risking your neck. And so far I'm rarely lucky enough to actually find all the trials during a league. I just don't play often enough to actually find them. And even if we were to complete all 6 of the trials, of the unique trials that is, I would also have to actually get to a point where I feel confident actually taking on the endgame labyrinth. So, Fortified Legion. Minions have increased life and recover 2% of their max life when they block. Again, one of those things that would have been awesome for my summoner. But this is not that character. So at this point, I'm actually just going to ignore the trials of ascendancy. Well, I've always been playing my builds and building my builds as if, no, I got 4 points. Those are the ones I get guaranteed. Normal and cruel. Even end game or even merciless Izarro, I tend to only think about it when I make it to red maps or thereabouts. Simply because the power level of the endgame boss fights is just so much higher than that of regular mobs. Ooh, another rogue exile. Nice. And mirrored items. Bleh. First you shoot, then you ask questions. That's how it works here. Someone is throwing stars? Who is the Antalinapora? Hey you. Yes, I murdered you before. I can murder you again. Let's empty your pockets. So yeah, no. Eventually I will get the 6 points on a character, but most of the time I just don't bother with the 8-1 since... No, it's not worth building a build around if you don't play enough to actually guarantee the RNG to get you the portals. And as I said, it requires quite something from your character in terms of gear, power level, skill. So we're just gonna ignore this thing and focus on more fun things instead. Because though if the actual process of doing the trials were to be fun, then it would be worth considering. But in this case, I don't even enjoy doing the trap things, so bleh. 6 points is the max I will get, and that's gonna be it. Because in the end, the Path of Exile, you can think of it as a game as it is, but you can also think of it as something like closer to Legos. No, you effectively can make your own game with that. Find your own challenges, find your own build, find your own fun. And there's a lot of things in here for everybody, but not everything is for everybody. Let's see. This might just be a small thing off to the side. Let's have a look here. So the boss here is gonna be a big golem dude. If I remember correctly, he's gonna throw rocks at us and make the earth shake and things like that. So just stick to the outer edges. But whenever there is a path inwards, it is useful to actually clear the inwards path. Because oftentimes the inwards paths are not connected and they are actually dead ends. Oh, let's kill you. Okay, someone is just teleporting to their doom. I'm perfectly fine with that as well. There is still one rogue exile remaining somewhere. And well, you might have found the side area for the boss. Because I think we started roughly across from here. The eroding one. Okay, so keep in mind, mobs poison on hits, so advice here is not get hit. Okay, we are freezing it from time to time, so there's that. And we got a Phantasmagoria. I think that's the second one I've got so far, which is nice. So, small correction on something I think I said during the previous episode. That is in regards to bosses that do chaos damage. I actually just made a little bit of a list. So, for the first 4 map tiers, you got the Jungle Valley. The boss is a spider. Spiders do poison damage. So that one, if you are really bad at poison resistance, might be safer to just skip that. Then on tier 2, there are no maps with poisonous bosses or chaos damage bosses. So well, tier 2 is all fine. I think I said that tier 2 had a lot of them, but actually there's none. Then on tier 3, we got 4 out of the 7 maps actually have a boss that deals chaos damage. So tier 3 is where things get dangerous. The first one is going to be the Val Pyramids. You got the chaos damage, or the trio, and at least some of them do chaos damage, might even be all of them. Then in the sewers there is a spider boss. Then in the grotto you have an elemental that does chaos damage. And then in the arid lakes you got a Roa that technically doesn't deal chaos damage, but it has an aura that just inflicts chaos damage over time. So similar to chaos golems actually. And then on tier 4, again, no chaos damage anywhere. So the only playable, well, quote-unquote playable maps on tier 3 are the ones I have actually played. So that is going to be the marshes, that's going to be the channel, and that is the cavern where I am right now. So a little bit off to the side here. And I think I saw Slaria, Augustina Slaria, yeah, you. Yeah, you'll be frozen. Ah, natural 5 link. Thing is, well, it's a rare, so it's actually worth selling, but they don't have any intrinsic value. That's the annoying thing about natural 5 links. They have 0 intrinsic value. Okay. Inner room is slightly larger than normal. But as I mentioned, it's not highly connected. Yeah, yes. Invader boss. I'd almost forgotten about that one. See me, the nature touched. Yeah, you know, you're big, you're scary. I'll just keep you at a distance. And then see if we can freeze this puppy. Monkey. Yes. I think it worked. And he's got a small one-handed sword. And then it's time to empty your pockets again. Also, let's not pick up white items, shall we? So I've now played all the tier 3 maps that are actually playable for this character. I have defeated the bosses, I've unlocked them, so I can just play them again. And then the next tier is gonna be tier 4 maps. So as I said, I've already found 2 Phantasmagorias, so just gonna take that as my signal to actually play some Phantasmagorias. I must admit, I do like the fact that the Phantasmagoria has one of the best layouts in the game. There is no branching, and if there's no branching, well, then life is good when there's no branching. Branching is only gonna make things more confusing and frustrating and blah. That's why I don't like the factory, just way too much backtracking. Ooh, something's ghost touched. That's the knowledge one, the rogue. Oh no. But after the Phantasmagoria, I'll have to actually just put some effort in to actually get a number of maps up again, or maybe just see if I can just get together a couple of tier 3 maps and farm those for a bit to get some tier 4 maps. It's not. This is definitely not a league where all the maps just drop out of thin air. Also, all the mobs are dead, so we are done here. Actually, I have to work for my maps this time, so that's fair. I can't always be lucky. No, one league you're lucky, other league you're not, and in the end it balances out. But what I do like, of course, is that we have about a third of a quad stash tab filled again with rares, so they will all get turned into these lovely orbs of alteration, with which we can get more fuser stuff. And I just remember, it was a fortified legion, that was the unique jewel we got. Well, that kind of wraps it up. We're level 78. We have a copy of all the tier 1 maps, all the tier 2 maps. For tier 3, we got a spare of the marshes, we got 2 copies of the channel, we got a Val Pyramid, an Arid Lake, and some sewer maps that have bosses that I would rather not face. Also, I do have a couple of rare maps that I'm currently just trying to avoid. And we have actually Phantasmagoria and we have Acid Lake. So that's 2 out of the 3 maps that I would like to run already set up. And after that, there's of course an opportunity to push forward. As I said, I'm just trying to play things pretty safe. I'm very aware that this character is not a tank, and as such, I'm maybe overcompensating a little bit in terms of caution here. But no, it is actually nice to have a character where I really cannot afford any mistakes, and as such, I really have to focus on just becoming better as a player rather than just brute forcing things. So even when rolling the factory, I actually did the factory with twinned bosses, which was actually a lot of fun. You got 2 of those water elementals throwing frost bolts at you, turning them into vortexes. It means you really have to dodge everything. You can't get hit because then frost bolt turns into a vortex and you're stuck there and you're taking damage that's about a third or so of your life. But yeah, you can't really afford a lot of mistakes. So you're moving around a lot, you're just shooting arrows in the direction where the projectiles come from, and you really have to just pay a lot of attention to where things are coming from. And with most of my characters before, I really had the luxury to not have to do that for quite a while, and as such, most of the time it was la 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 boom. and I died. Or I just got overconfident or things like that. So in this case, no, as long as we're playing white maps, we're just gonna play them as magic enchanted. I'm trying not to roll any damage mods on them. And as I say, just really playing it safe. Gear slowly getting upgraded, but it's still not quite where I want to have it. Resists are pretty decent. Chaos is still lacking. I got a couple of items with some chaos resistance on them, but equipping them will shift the resistance problems to some other resists. So yeah, not entirely happy with that. Similarly, life, we are now over 3900. Got some items at the ready that's gonna push them over 4000, but again, if I were to equip those, then I would get some resistance problems on the other side. So the fact that I am running around with multiple uniques here definitely puts a constraint on my equipment. And well, it's item level 41. This is item level 57. These are gear pieces I've been carrying around effectively since Cruel. And it's showing. They could be a lot better, but they're those in that awkward spot where they actually have some decent mods on them. Oh, this one has a pretty decent life roll. It has a decent amount of resistances, so it's really difficult to find something that is strictly better. Similarly for the hat, it has dual resist, it has a bit of life. And well, it's not until level 70 that you actually start dropping hats. So, well, for example, I've got this one at the ready. It has more evasion, it has more life, but it is only a single resist, and I can't craft another on top. So then it's like, yeah, but it's not a strict upgrade, and I would need to be able to shift things around. So for now, as I said, I'm just gonna play it safe until we get better gear, and once we get better gear, we might get into a position where we can afford to take a little bit more risk. But definitely I'm just trying to slowly ease into it. And right now, doing 3 maps of a tier, and then I'm gonna move up, do another 3 maps of a tier, and move up. Might eventually do 4 maps of a tier, just because the higher the tiers, the more different maps you actually get per tier. So then it's gonna play a little bit of a wider variety there. And it will also, of course, allow me to slow down the rate of progress a little bit, so I have a little bit more time to find better gear, maybe gain a couple more levels, things like that. But for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.